Alright guys, Liverpool have just beaten Southampton by 3 goals to 1 in the final Premier League game for Liverpool before the World Cup. And yeah, it was a good result against, let's be honest, a poor Southampton team. They were far too open. And it's strange because Southampton, whilst they've been consistently, that was the longest consistently ever, but whilst they've been poor for the majority of the season, they've had some games where they've turned up against the bigger sides, like against Arsenal and against Man United. They were unlucky to lose to Man United, I thought, and also beating Chelsea as well. But today they were just far too open, and yeah, first half Liverpool just tore them to shreds, really. Liverpool got the opening goal for a Firmino header from a Robertson free kick, really good header right into the corner. And for me, Firmino, it's a disgrace that he hasn't been picked for the Brazil team. I think based on the form he's been in this season, he's been the best Brazilian forward in the Premier League this season. Yet I think there's like 4 Brazilian forwards in the Premier League who have been picked ahead of him: Richarlison, Jesus, Martinelli, and Antony. You don't pick all 4 of them ahead of Firmino. I think Jesus definitely deserves to get into the squad. Richarlison, maybe he's not been in form recently for Tottenham. He's been injured for a fair bit, but I think he can maybe get in. But Antony's not done enough since he's joined United, and yeah, Martinelli. But I definitely have Firmino in over Antony, and also Rafinha since he's had a poor start to life at Barcelona. But yeah, Southampton responded instantly. About a minute later, they scored from a similar free kick, actually, just not headed in. It was but actually, yeah, it was headed in. It was put in by Che Adams. Yeah, well worked free kick, to be fair. It's a perfectly timed run from Adams to get past Van Dijk. And yeah, that made it even. Liverpool went back ahead through Darwin Nunez. Brilliant ball over the top by Elliot. Nunez gets a left leg, puts it past Bazunu, and Nunez got the third after a brilliant team goal. Firmino plays it through to Robertson, who squared it to Nunez. 2 assists for Robertson as well. In terms of assists recently, he's not had millions, but yeah, good game by him today. But yeah, we'll talk about Southampton a little bit. They've hired Nathan Jones from Luton, and yeah, he was always going to struggle. I mean, first game away at Anfield, never going to be easy, and they have been in poor form recently. I thought it was a bit harsh, Southampton sacking Hasenhüttl, to be honest, considering how well he's done for them on a minimal budget, with not a great squad for like 3 or 4 years now. I think he deserved a little bit more time, to be honest. I know results, though, since the end of last season have been quite poor. But yeah, I think it's going to be a tough job for Nathan Jones, because they've got some good young players like Armel Bella-Kotchap, Romeo Lavia, Gavin Bazunu in goal. They've also got a few players injured, like Livramento and Walker Peters. But they've only really got a couple like players that you would say are really high quality, and I think a couple might be even pushing it, and that's James Ward-Prowse, who at times has underperformed this season, and also I really like Salisu. So yeah, they have got, in general, the lowest quality squads right now in the Premier League, I would say, in terms of player for player. And that's going to be a big problem for them. They do need to invest in the squad in January. They're set up well for the future, but they just haven't got enough players right now who are at the peak of their game, and that's the main problem for them. For Liverpool, though, just a really good team performance first half. They worked all the goals really well, and second half they sort of took their foot off the gas a little bit. There were still a couple of opportunities, but to be fair to Southampton, Alisson did have to make a few really good saves that, you know, if Liverpool didn't have Alisson in goal, Southampton possibly could have scored. Like if you had Karius in goal, I'm sure Southampton would have scored at least another goal in the second half, as well as the first half goal from Che Adams. But yeah, this puts Liverpool up to 6th, and considering how poor it's felt like Liverpool have played this season, that's not too bad. That we're a point off United, but United have a game in hand, and only 10 points off Man City after their loss to Brentford earlier today. So it's not looking horrendous all of a sudden. Southampton, after this loss, they're 19th, just above Wolves in the table. So yeah, they're going to be doing well to pull themselves out of that. I think they desperately need some signings in January, and I think that the World Cup break will do both teams who played today some good, because too many key injuries in both teams. As I've already said, Livramento and Walker-Peters, who are integral to the way that Southampton play, with attacking fullbacks, with just high intensity in general. And Liverpool, they're missing a couple of forward players like Diaz and Jota, and also Joel Matip, who I think really makes a difference as well. And if you looked at Liverpool's bench today, it was quite threadbare. So yeah, both teams clearly had weakened squads today. But yeah, Liverpool, well, the one thing I do also need to mention is James Milner has become the 4th player in Premier League history to reach 600 appearances. Only Gareth Barry, Ryan Giggs and Frank Lampard had done it before him. And the question obviously is, will James Milner catch up with Gareth Barry, who's on 653? It's going to be tough, but I think he's capable, because I didn't expect him to last this long at Liverpool, to be honest. Frank Lampard, he should do that by the end of this season. He's only got 9 more or 10 more games to beat him. And Ryan Giggs, I think he'll beat Ryan Giggs, but it's whether he can beat Gareth Barry will be the big question. There are enough games between now and the end of next season to do it, but is it likely he's going to do that, play every single game? No. So it's going to be tough, but it'll be interesting to see if he'll do it. I hope he does, because I absolutely love James Milner. He's done brilliant for Liverpool over the past 7.5 years now he's been at the club. So yeah, I hope he beats Gareth Barry's record. But yeah, good win for Liverpool is the main point from this video. Southampton are in a little bit of trouble though. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.